I get asked a lot of questions about how to ship the furniture that we flip. So today I'm going to be sharing my screen and showing you how I use UShip. It's uship.com, and you go in and then we'll have the step-by-step. I'm going to sign in here. So you would just create an account of your own. It doesn't cost anything to join or create your account. You would do that here and then start a new shipment. You can see there we're going to do that, and this is my last shipment. It went from DeRidder, Louisiana to Douglas, Georgia, and I'm just kind of showing you how that one went. It was a $430 total. Charged it on my credit card. They don't get paid until your pieces have been delivered to your customer, and your customer tells you they're good, and then you release the funds. Here is where you go for a new shipment and then choose what you're moving. We're going to be choosing household items and furniture. We'll go here to furniture. Maybe I'm moving slow there. And then we're going to type in the type of furniture and the dimensions, because this freight is based on the size and weight of your whatever you're shipping, and so that they can calculate, I guess, how much it adds to their load, how much space it takes in their truck, and how much it'll add to their fuel cost. So I'm adding in the dimensions of a piece that I have and pretending that's what we're sending here. And you can do this too. Just sign in and put everything in just to do a trial run. You can do that without having to commit. I'm putting a pickup location up here in Leesville, Louisiana. And the only other zip code I knew off the top of my head was Parkersburg, West Virginia. So we're pretending that's where it's going. But you would put the destination of your customer's address there. This is where UShip gives you the lowest they think anybody will take it for, up to the highest, and what the average would be where it's likely to book. It's $294 here. And this is where since the fuel prices have changed and things have went up, I was wondering how this would be. So take note of this. They're saying that around $300 we can get this done. So we're going to go ahead and title it, and you put in the date, the earliest that it'll be ready if you're going to give your piece some time to cure or whatever, the earliest that they can pick it up from you, and the latest they can pick it up from you. That may be, a 2-week period of time. And then you have the earliest that it can be delivered to your customer and the absolute latest it can be delivered to your customer that you would put in here as well. It normally, for me, gets picked up around the earliest time, but, times have changed a little bit with trucking, and you can see there, blanket wrap is the most common for furniture. That's what I always choose. And then I find that it's better to put a picture of the piece in there, because the whoever's hauling it will appreciate, kind of having an idea of what they're getting. They charge a little more now for things that have glass and mirrors and things like that. So it's important to put that in here. And any other special instructions that you have, about, like on our street, you can't pick up between 12 and 1. They don't allow any trucks, during lunchtime or whatever. If you have a reference number, invoice number, if you've sold it on Etsy or off of your website or anything, you can put that there, your description. This is all kind of for your information in case you have several in there at the same time. And I use the date that I've painted it in there for my number, but you can do whatever you want. So there it is. That's showing the details. It's the map of, where it's coming from, where it's going to, and all of the dimensions and the weight. And now it's a waiting game. And usually it's about, for me, it's been about 3 or 4 days before I start getting a couple of questions or a couple of bids. And we're going to move right now straight on into, whenever I got my notification, I have one question and I have one quote. And here's where I'm a little bit shocked. this is my minimum quote, and that is $800. So it has more than tripled since the beginning of how UShip calculates quotes. This is why we can't give our customer the quote in the listing, because we absolutely don't know what it's going to be from day to day, from destination to destination, or when the piece would be able to be moved. Here I clicked on the person who made the offer. I'm looking at their reviews. They have great reviews, all 5-star reviews. Everything was wonderful. There was only one cancellation, and that was the customer's fault, not the driver's fault. So if I was really sending this order, I would feel confident in the delivery person's capabilities. And there you can see and we'll come back to that, so just kind of watch for it. In the $800, there's also a 10% service charge that UShip is going to get. In this instance, it was $80, so we couldn't just quote our customer the $800. There's also the $80 UShip fee you have to include, and then there's also going to be insurance, and that's usually about 10% as well. So you're going to need to quote the customer $1,000. That's going to cover the blanket if you send your own to move it with, and then the customer or the driver keeps it, because you're not going to see it again, but you do need to make sure that it has it. My bid is going to end in 8 hours from the time that I went on here, and you can accept it or you can decline it. I'm going to show you here in a minute. I declined it, and what happens. I wasn't really shipping this, so this is what you would do if you're doing a test run. You can accept it if you want to accept it, and then it's going to go on through to payments and do you want to add insurance, or you decline it because it's too dang high and you weren't going to send the piece anyways. But people know here, yes, are you sure you no longer want to ship this item? And we're going to delete this listing and make it be done and over with. That's what you would do if you're doing a trial run, and it is okay to go ahead and do that. But if you wanted to accept it, you would accept it there, and then you would have a little conversation with the driver. We did have one question below: are you going to need help loading and unloading? Well, yeah, we need the driver to load it on the truck and to unload it. So whoever the other driver was that was going to give us a bid wanted to know that information before they gave the bid. But in basic steps, that's a screen share.